shooting happened shortly after 9 o'clock last night, but it's still very much an active crime scene in this neighborhood. And investigators are trying to figure out if this was any way linked to the mob.
In a brazen shooting straight out of a crime drama, 53-year-old Francesco Franky Boy Cali was found with multiple gunshot wounds to the torso outside his home. According to police, Cali was having dinner with his family around 9 p.m. when he stepped outside to talk to someone and was shot and killed. Law enforcement sources tell WNBC that officials are investigating the attack as a possible mob hit. Cali was believed to be the acting boss of the Gambino crime family. The shooting took place in the affluent Toad Hill neighborhood of New York's Staten Island, which is well known for its crime connections. It was used as a location for fictional crime boss Don Corleone's compound in the 1972 film The Godfather.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Federal prosecutors in Brooklyn had referred to Cali in court filings in recent years as the underboss of the Gambino organization. Cali's only mob-related criminal conviction came a decade ago when he pleaded guilty in an extortion conspiracy involving a failed attempt to build a NASCAR track on Staten Island. He was sentenced to 16 months in federal prison and was released in 2009. The Gambino family was once among the most powerful criminal organizations in the U.S., but federal prosecutions in the 1980s and 90s sent its top leaders to prison, including John Gotti, often referred to as Dapper Don. Unlike the well-dressed Gotti, Cali kept a low profile. Now police are working to solve his high-profile murder.
Now, police have not made any arrests, but witnesses describe seeing a suspect fleeing the scene in a blue pickup truck. Now, it's been decades since a mob boss was killed in New York, the last time being Paul Castellano in 1985 outside a Manhattan steakhouse.